From the KATC Weatherland, here's Rob's forecast.
Clouds on the way tomorrow, and rain won't be far behind as we head into Wednesday. So let's take a look at our rain chance-o-meter here, and we'll bring it over to the key wall. And you can see the lines climbing upward as we head into tomorrow night. By this time tomorrow night, we're going to have some rain on the radar, and you can see how rain chances will be highest if we check the white line. That's Morgan City. Blue line, that's New Iberia. Red line, Lafayette. And then as you get farther to the north, Opelousas and west, over toward Jennings, you're going to see rain chances maybe closer to 50 to 60 or 70% versus 80% for most of us along and south of the I-10 corridor. And those rains will continue at least through a good part of the day on Wednesday, but then we'll begin to tail off late in the day into Wednesday evening. Now, right now, we're in a nice dry flow, but we're watching a little bit of an area of disturbed weather, tropical moisture down here in the Bay of Campeche, and additional systems that are going to add moisture into the Gulf of Mexico. Meanwhile, we have that old frontal boundary still here in the Gulf of Mexico, and that's a good place for it. And we have strong westerly winds aloft, so wind shear. So any low pressure that develops down here, when it gets up to this level, it's not going to be developing any further, tropically speaking. But we do expect a pretty good looking area of low pressure to develop in the Gulf of Mexico. The bulk of the heavy rainfall staying east and southeast of us, of Acadiana, and maybe most of Louisiana. But we'll show you the rain estimates in just a bit. All the Doppler radars locally, including Power Doppler 3, all is quiet this afternoon and evening. And as we get out into the tropics, we continue to watch an area of disturbed weather that will likely develop, but it will also likely stay in the eastern Atlantic, so no issues there. Meanwhile, we have our area of disturbed weather that has a 20% chance of development in the next several days, so low-end chance. So with that shear, we don't expect anything tropically speaking, but we have Hurricane Lydia here. That's heading for Mexico. Tropical depression Max made the landfall as a tropical storm a few hours ago. That moisture is heading toward the Bay of Campeche, and all this mid and high level moisture that will be left over from Lydia is also going to be heading for the Gulf. So we don't want to underestimate the rain totals quite at this point. Sometimes the models don't capture all that moisture that may be getting into the Gulf, but somebody's going to get a good soaking, but it will likely be in the eastern Gulf of Mexico. So we have a weak area of low pressure right here. That's going to slowly move northward in the days ahead. Notice the cloud cover for us, some high clouds coming in by daybreak, but still nice and cool tomorrow. We'll be in the 80s tomorrow afternoon with mostly cloudy skies. Then as we head into tomorrow night, here comes the rain as we head toward Wednesday morning with on and off rain likely. And you can see the heavier rains and storms. This is the latest graph model run, push off to the east. And with that, we're going to see drier conditions as we head into Thursday. Then maybe another chance of rain, a brief chance of showers as we head into early Friday with the next front that gets here for Friday evening. As for rainfall totals, again, don't expect a whole lot. Here's the latest graph model run. And again, northern portions of Acadiana, enough rain to wet the ground. Other areas, we're probably going to see an inch or two. I would probably double the numbers here just because we're dealing with all that tropical moisture that's coming from the Pacific as well. And as we look at the rainfall estimates from the Weather Prediction Center, they agree as well, a half an inch to maybe an inch for most of Acadiana, 1 to 2 down along the coast, and your much heavier amounts out into the Gulf of Mexico. You can see areas of very heavy rainfall heading over toward the Florida Panhandle. Now, as for winds offshore, the winds are going to be picking up. The Euro sometimes is a little hot on its wind gusts forecast, but these are wind gusts, so they're going to be, there's a gale watch out in the Gulf of Mexico and a few 50s showing up here and there. So there's going to be rough weather offshore, but that heads mainly for portions of the eastern Gulf, and we're going to see some breezy conditions here locally. Overnight tonight, about 59 to 60 the low. Tomorrow, low to mid 80s for your high. We'll go 59 in Lafayette with fair skies, light winds out there tomorrow. We'll get it up to about 83 or 84 degrees. We'll look off to the south and we'll see those clouds coming in as we head into the latter part of the afternoon. As we move forward, we'll go with rain chance at 80% on Wednesday, breezy day. Thursday, not bad. A 40% chance of showers as we head toward Friday. And then looking good for the weekend and beyond. Fall temperatures return and beautiful weather for the solar eclipse as well.
Gotta love that. Rain is a small price to pay for that beautiful weather.
Exactly
Thanks
right.
for that,
We need the
Rob.
rain too.